Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Mo Dynasty. It's episode 15 and I have decided we are going to make this the last episode of season 1. It's been a long season, a lot of losing, so we're going to go ahead and close it out today.
So on August 23rd, it's Team Chemistry Day. We're going to roll a D100 for Team Chemistry. If we succeed, we add a D10 to our JSR. If we fail, we subtract a D10 from the job security rating. I'm going to go ahead and roll. Our Team Chemistry is currently at a 43. And my dice went off the table, so we're going to re-roll. Here we go, 43. We roll and get a 58. That's unfortunate. So that means we now have to roll a D10 and subtract that from our job security rating at a 73. I rolled a 3, so our job security rating is currently down to a 70. Not the worst in the world. Would prefer to go up, but we don't. Now we're going to go ahead and send that day. And we win 6-3, so we're getting the better of the Twins right now. Next day is a trainer event that I rolled. It says in sliders change simulator injury frequency using our trainer's rating. Now our trainer's rating is not good. Our trainer's rating is at a low, let's see, wait. What is our trainer's rating? It is 15. So there's a good possibility that this is going to be a failure. And I rolled the 35, which is a failure. So we have to go into the sliders and we have to change the simulator injury frequency. Where is the miss it? Looks like I missed it down the bottom. See, there it is right there. See, shift to the right to increase the probability. So we're going to simulate that. So that's going to be moved there. Confirmed. And there we go. So it's going to impact our games moving forward. And we'll go ahead and sim August 24th. And look at that. We changed the injury slider and immediately we get an injury to Colson Montgomery for 2 to 3 months. The good news is it'll only affect for the next month and a half. Bad news is he will miss out on some improvement. So we're going to go ahead and put him on the 60-day injured list. And then we get another injury. Wow, we changed that injury slider and bad things immediately happen. All right, I'm going to make some adjustments off screen and then I'll let you know what happens. August 25th, we get roster readjustment day. I rolled and it says the GM would like to help reorganize the roster. They will assign a player to A or AA ball that fits the position that is most underrepresented in the team. So when we look at our roster, the place that we have the fewest amount of overlap is our closers. We only have 3 out of 3. So we are going to go to free agency. I have found someone I am happy about. Kyle Gordon, a lefty, 65C 23-year-old. How did he go unclaimed? 81 Ks per 9. His walk rate is bad, but his velocity is good. And we are going to sign Kyle Gordon to a contract. And then I will adjust and let you know how it goes. That adjustment is we went ahead and brought up Kyle Gordon to be our setup lefty in the minors. I like him in that spot. That now gives us more balance there for our setup roles. And we go down to our doubles. They also now have good setup spots. So that was a very good roll for us on August 25th. So let's go ahead and simulate that day against Kansas City. And we lose the game 2-1. Who pitched great for us there? Cooper Jerpy. 2 runs in 6 innings. I'll take that. He lowers his ERA to 5.06. Other good pitching performances by our 3 relievers. Just couldn't have the offensive production. So we're moving on to August 26th, which is a personnel changes. This is bench coach. If your team has a fielding percentage ranked in the top 10, increase your rating by 10 for your bench coach. If you have a fielding percentage in the bottom 10, decrease it by 10. Hopefully, we have a good fielding percentage. Here we go. Are we in the top 10? We are not. Now we're hoping we are in the middle 10. I'm getting nervous. There we are at 27. 984 fielding percentage. So our bench coach is going to drop another 10. And that means our bench coach is now rated at a 10. He drops from 20 to 10. Great. And then we're going to simulate the day. We do get win 3-1. Can auto fix the lineups there. Nice to get that victory at home against Kansas City. We improved to 46 and 86. Next up is August 27, minor league day. Roll D20. And I rolled, and it's AAA random positional starter pitcher. If we win, he goes up. No, wait. If we get 6 Ks, we go up D4 potential. If we lose, we drop a D4 in potential. Let's go ahead and get to August 27th and see. Yes, that is a game. So we'll go ahead and get to that game now. So let's see if we can help out our triples. We're going to be doing a player lock with Prelander Baroa. Now, just as a reminder, Prelander Baroa has a lot of potential as a 68C 24-year-old. Unfortunately, this year, at the start of the season, he had 29 innings pitched with an 8.38 ERA. Don't want to see that. That walks per 9, the home runs per 9 is low. He does have the great stamina, but he only has 3 pitches. So I've often thought he should be a long reliever, but he was getting rocked this year in the majors. In the triples, yeah, he's doing phenomenal. 2.75 ERA. Can I get 6 strikeouts with Prelander Baroa? That's what we're really going to be shooting for here. And remember, in these player lock games, you do not have the quick counts. So we're going to have to earn these strikeouts. So we travel to take on the Nashville Sounds. All right, 3-pitch mix. Let's see if we can get some strikeouts here. Now, Prelander Baroa has that blazing fastball.
I got it.
And he gets 1 out. Now, of course, we want to win, help our team, but we're looking to get the strikeouts. And Oliver Dunn, 400 average, is up the bat. Yeah, Baroa has the heat. He has major league heat. And that's what we want to do. We want to blow it by these hitters. Strike 3 gets the punch out. That's what we need to do. We need to average a strikeout per inning.
Nope, outside.
That would have been helpful to get that call. That's fouled off. There we go. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nice play by our third baseman. Makes the throw 2 away. Or excuse me, 3 away. We do get the 1 strikeout that we needed. And we get some run support as well. Ooh, Manuel Margot is down in the minors. Former huge prospect for the Padres. What's happened to Manuel Margot's career? Now, granted, he is batting 4th. But still. I see someone we should trade for.
Two balls, 1 strike.
All right, a little wild there. Favorable hitting count for Manuel Margot. There's a strike. Evens the count at 2-2. Let's punch him out here.
3-2.
There's a foul ball on the slider. And we get the punch out. There's 2 strikeouts for Prelander Baroa. Got to get to 6 to help his potential.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
That's how you do it. Just throw that heat right by him. Oh, I like what I'm seeing here. If we could get a strikeout here, we'd be halfway to what we want to get to.
That's a ball.
I'll show him the sinker there. And we get the strikeout on the slider. There's 3 strikeouts. Now we're ahead of schedule. Now we want to get a little greedy and get the 4th strikeout. Freddie Zamora. The umpire definitely knows what we need to do. Favorable call. 181 on the average for Freddie Zamora. He's going to fly out to left field. And we've played 2. 3 strikeouts on our goal to get 6. Anthony Siegler, 255 average. We're going to keep working that fastball until they can show they can hit it.
Ball 1's the count. Ball.
Oh, that's a pretty good slider. Yeah, Prelander Baroa's got some skills. I mean, if you're going to have 3 pitches, I like what he's got.
Ball.
He could pick up a changeup along the way. That would be helpful. Even count 2-2. This would be a huge pitch here. Get a strikeout here.
Helpful.
All right, full count. And there it is. Another strikeout for Prelander Baroa. That is strikeout number... I think strikeout number 5, isn't it? And he is just pumping strikes. He wants that D4 potential boost.
Ball, that's in.
And that's going to be a line shot to the shortstop, 2 away. Next up, Vladimir Restituyo. Restituyo.
1-1.
That was not a good pitch from Baroa. Looking for that strikeout. That's going to be hit foul, so it's a 1-2 count. Should we go slider away? No, we're going to go heat. Got to play. We want to strike out. And there it is. Another strikeout for Prelander Baroa. Right now he's got a no-hitter through 3. Back to the top of the lineup.
Ball 1.
Braylon Payne up. Milwaukee's number 3 prospect. Hitting a cool 300. They just blow it by him at 99.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's going to be a foul ball, and Payne is set up for a strikeout.
2-2 the count.
Wouldn't go for the stinker. Tried the inside sinker. Just missed on location. But not there. Another strikeout for Prelander Baroa. Backwards K. Now let's watch the umpire camera. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Prelander Baroa is going to get
That's a ball.
that boost. Let's look at the stats right now. Pictures. Oh, they're looking. Those are. I need game stats. What are we doing here? Maybe we look at stats. We look at game log. Maybe game log. So let's see. We had roll pitching. There's a strikeout there. Is there a better way to see how many strikeouts I've got? Box score. Let's look. There we go. Box score. That's the way to go. Nashville has 6 strikeouts. We've done it. We have done it. You're going to get the D4 potential. We still want to get the win.
Got it.
Because any improvement from Prelander Baroa on his stats is one step closer to getting him back to the majors next year.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Every little bit we can do to help his stat line. The triples.
Aye.
I would like to see him be in our bullpen for years to come. He does have good pitches.
Aye.
Like that. That's 7 strikeouts. Through 4. And no reason to stop. We're up 3-0, but let's keep it going. Oh man, Mel Margot is going to. That's probably going to be a triple. Better get to my spot here. On his way to second. Here comes the throw. No, he's going to hold. Margot his 11th double on the year.
Ball. 1-0. Aye.
Baroa gets a swing and miss there on a ball that had no business being swung.
Aye.
Baroa up to 100 miles an hour on the gun.
2 strikes.
And he strikes him out on the pitch. His 8th strikeout of the day. Needed 6, he has 8.
Aye.
Yes, he is just dealing right now. That left the slider up. Here comes the play at the plate. Not going to get him. And Baroa gives up his first run of the game. Still, though, through 4 1/3. Still looking very sharp. Ooh.
You got hit. First base.
He beamed Siegler. Does not take kindly to that. He's in a little bit of a jam. Oh, saws out the bat into a fly rule. Nicely done. Lumber goes flying. But we get the out.
No. Inside.
That's a ground ball. Ooh, that could plate another run. Here comes the play at the plate. Gunned at home.
Out on the tag.
Baroa nods to the right fielder and says, "Great job." You wonder, though, is that going to be all for Baroa? Gets help from the right fielder. Oh, West Cath hit a grand slam, so we take a 7-1 lead. When you have a 6-run lead, you just deal strikes, Baroa. And he gives up another hit. That ball was probably too much down the middle for Braylon Payne, who's a good hitter. Let's see if we can induce the double play ball. Yeah, for Baroa, how many times can he get through the lineup
Inside.
with 3 pitches? That's the question. But in long relief, come in and get you 2 innings or 3 innings,
Ball upstairs.
I definitely think he has a place in the future for this organization. Great pitch there on the sinker. 3-2 count.
3-2.
Fouled him off inside. Surprised that didn't break his bat. Fouls that pitch off. Oliver Dunn battling up there.
Ball 4. Take
The umpire doesn't call the strike. Now it's first and second with nobody out. That ball was crushed.
Foul ball.
Fortunately, that was foul. Well, I take some speed off that one.
Ball one.
The thing I don't like is how he throws his slider.
Aye.
Good pitch there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 3.
Gets him on the sinker inside. Not a great swing there. For another strikeout for Baroa.
2-2-2.
Possible double play ball.
No,
It is safe at second, safe at first. Good play by the shortstop. And now the bases are loaded. Way to get ahead.
0-1. That's a ball. Ball, that's low.
Baroa's getting up there in pitches now.
Yeah.
Battles back there. This will be one of the biggest pitches in the game. That's going to be popped up to the shortstop infield fly rule, and no one will advance on that one. Good pitch by Baroa. Can he get out of this jam?
Aye.
Good pitch to lead it off. There's the slider,
I got it.
and we're going to catch that and get out of it. 6 innings of 1-run ball for Prelander Baroa. And that's going to be all. And did they come back and win that game? They did come back to win that game. Our AAA team can't hold on to a 7-1 lead. What happened? We gave up 8 runs in the 7th inning. Oh my goodness. Well, the good news is for us, it doesn't matter. We didn't have to win. We just had to get 6 strikeouts, and we clearly got that. So we're going to improve his potential by a D4. The dice out here. Find out how much our Prelander Baroa goes up. We'll send that game. Prelander Baroa with 68 potential. Sorry, 75 potential. He's going to stay a C potential, but he's going to get 4. A big jump there to 79 potential. Huge jump for Prelander Baroa. Like to see that. Very helpful. As you can see, he's our 4th best pitcher as far as overalls. And we get to August 28th, playing the Yankees at home. Getting ready to close out the month of August. Let's go ahead and sim this game. And we lose that one 2-5. We get to August 29th, and it says roll D4 and follow the results. I rolled and got a GM event. And the GM event says the GM comes to you and asks if you would like to pursue a player in free agency. Roll against the EPR. And we know that the EPR has been lifted recently up to a 25. So I don't have a lot of hope that this number is going to succeed. But at least now we have a better chance. A 1 in 4 chance sounds a lot better than it did before. So let's go ahead and roll. And I got a 20. So I did get a successful EPR roll. So I'm going to pause right now and figure out who I'm going to purchase, and I'll come back. So I have gone ahead and decided to get Daniel Guzman. He's a 60 C potential person, 24 years old. I'm just trying to bolster our bullpen, and I have not a ton of closers. I feel like he's got a good fastball, and I just like what he could do for our minors. So we are going to hire him for a 1-year deal. And the GM is willing to open up and pay a little bit. Not very expensive. And we're going to move on. As we sim this game. And we win that one 4-3. All right, we're getting closer and closer to winning 50 games. This is going to be August 30th, which is Minor League WAR Adjustment Day. It says for both the AAA and the AA, you will give a potential boost to the best WAR pitcher and WAR positional player. You also give a potential penalty to to the worst WAR pitcher and WAR positional player. And then you roll on the farm director's rating per player and then simulate the day. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the minors and I'm going to look to see who has the best WAR for hitters and best WAR for pitchers, both triples and doubles. And they're going to get either a D8 potential boost or a D4 potential boost, whether my roll for the farm director succeeds or fails. And then we'll do the same thing on penalties for the players that have the worst WAR. And if it succeeds, they'll lose a D4, and then if it fails, they'll lose a D8. Remember, our farm director is rated of a 15, so most of these are probably going to be fail ratings. Let's go ahead and go down. And by the way, the reason I'm doing it in August 30th is September call-ups will probably take 2 of our better minor league people, and so I want to do it before then. And the AA team ends a few weeks into September, so I figured this is the best month at the end to go ahead and do it. I know there's a couple of weeks left, but I'm just going to set it here. So we're going to go down to the triples, and we are going to look at the statistics of our players, and we are going to sort it by WAR. Here we go. The best WAR player for us is Kyle Teal, and I am not that surprised. He's up to a 71B. Look at that power against lefties. It's gone up 10. Contact against lefties has gone up 7. So he has had a fantastic year down in triples, and I'm glad we didn't pull him up because he's had a lot of chances to grow. And he is going to get a D4 or D8 potential boost. We're going to go ahead and roll that farm director, hoping for a 15 or less. We got a 53. So Kyle Teal is going to go up a D4. So we're going to go ahead and roll that now. I rolled a 1. Oh well. Every bit helps. So we're going to go to Kyle Teal. And we're going to boost his potential up to an 87. Great to see that. And now we're going to go to our pitchers. And we're going to go to WAR. Sweet. And our best pitcher down in the minors for the triples by far was Jonathan Heasley. Let's look at his year so far. He has been a 9-7 pitcher with a 3.04 ERA, 148 innings pitched. Yeah, he has had a really good season down there. He is 28. That is certainly an issue. But let's go ahead and get him going. We're going to help his potential. Let's go ahead and roll the farm director. And we failed that, so he'll get a D4. That's 3 points. So he'll go up to 74 potential. Very nice. Now we're going to go to our worst WAR. This is where we're going to lose some potential. Now let's see if we can. There we go. So Jacob Amaya had the worst WAR. And by the way, they have to have a significant amount of innings played, and he has played 379 innings. So by far, he had the worst season down there in triples. So we're going to go to Amaya. He's a 64C, 26-year-old. He is going to lose his potential. And unfortunately, in this one, when we roll, if it's a failure, it's a D8 loss in potential, not a D4. So I have to find my D8 die, and this is going to hurt. He only lost 1, so we got a little bit of a break there. And now we're going to go to the stats for the pitchers. And we're going to sort it by the worst WAR. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Is that enough? 83 batters faced? Yeah, I think that's enough batters faced to have. So negative WAR. Shane Smith, 55C pitcher. He is going to lose some potential. He was a 55C. He had potential of 72, so he's probably going to go to a D potential pitcher, which makes sense. And we failed the roll, so he's going to lose a D8. And I rolled a 3. So yes, he will drop to a D pitcher. And I like doing this because, he had a 3.44 ERA. It's a shame that's what he got. I guess those 18 walks are probably what really hurt him. That 1.85 whip. I wish MLB The Show would do a little bit more of this. Like the minors should matter for their potential. I mean, he should get a letter drop. He had a very poor season. All right, now we're going to go down to the AA. And we're going to do this down here. We're going to do position players. I think we'll do both the position players best and worst. Do it that way this time. By far, our best WAR player was Ryan Burroughs. Wow, did he have a fantastic year. This is awesome to see because he's a D65 potential player. But notice he had 246, 7 home runs. They're saying, wow, he was a fantastic. I mean, that defense. He had a 995 fielding, so well done there, Ryan Burroughs. We're going to go ahead and roll to see what his gain will be. And wow, I actually got a 5, so he gets a D8 potential boost. He got the 2. So Ryan Burroughs got a 2-point bump. I forgot to do the worst though. Would have liked to have seen that. That would have been nice. Well, he does get to a C. So you'd like to see that, no pun intended. So he's up to 65C. But yeah, he definitely got a nice little boost there. And now we're going to see who the WAR was leader of statistics for the worst player. And they will suffer a WAR penalty. Oh, and it wasn't even close. Wilfred Veras, negative 2.3 WAR. Veras is an interesting story because he's a D62 22-year-old. But look, he's gone up power left 8. And so he has had a lot of improvement. Look at the stat line, though. 220, 15 home runs. That's why I've been playing him, because of those home runs. But they're saying he is by far the worst WAR. And so he's going to see a drop. Let's go and roll for him. And we rolled. Get there. 91. So we failed that roll. So he's going to drop. It's a 62D. He's going to drop 6. Wow. So big progress drop there. Potential loss for Veras. And now that was in the doubles. So now we have to do the pitchers. All right, who had the best WAR? We have some really good pitchers in AA. It's going to be Noah Schultz. And he is a 68B21. Yeah, we are definitely bringing him up easily. But look at his stats this year. 2.96 ERA, 142 innings pitched, 7-8, but 2.96 ERA. He is coming along rather nicely. Noah Schultz is going to get an upgrade. And it'll be a D4. And Noah Schultz is going to go up 3. Noah Schultz up 3. And then who's going to be our worst WAR? Looks like it's several people tied at 0.1. It's not even bad. But probably Dalquist, because he had more batters faced and he only had a 0.1 ERA. I think that's how he would do it. So Dalquist is going to be, he's a C54 24-year-old. He's going to drop, and we're going to roll 1. And he's going to go down a D8, and he's going to lose 7. So Dalquist is going to lose 7, Schultz is going to go 3. He's going to go to 87 potential. Fantastic. And then Dalquist is going to drop 7. That's a shame too, because he's probably going to, he's going to go to a 66. That takes him to a D potential as well. And after that, we simulate the day. And we lose that one 9-0. Took a shellacking there. Now we're going to go to August 31st, and it says it's time for your GM to have his monthly assessment of your confidence as a manager. And we look to see what our manager, our GM approval is currently -5. That's not so good. And then we look at our losing record. Is a D, so D12 overall losing record. So we're going to enroll that number. That takes us to a -17. So we're just going to say that we rolled and did because there's nothing that can save us there. So we are going to lose a D10 in job security rating or DSR. So let's go ahead and roll that number and see what we lose. We get a die. There's the correct die. We are going to lose 3 off our job security rating. So that is going to take us down to a 67 job security rating. Started this year as an 80. Now we're down to 67. And we are to simulate that game as well. And that's lost 4-10. And now we are in September. And September 1st says the following. Playoff baseball playing. Roll a d20 on the chart and follow the results. Basically, it's a play game. However, if you don't want to play the game, simulate to September 29th. This is basically, I have this event in if you feel like the season's over with and you're ready to move on to the next season. And I think this might be the only year we do this, but we are going to go ahead and simulate to September 29th. So I'm just going to sim a week at a time. Oh, we have to do September call-ups. One of those we're going to do is bring up Freelander Baroa. I mean, he's having an outstanding season in the triples with a 2.65 ERA, and he is one of our best starting pitchers. And so we're going to give him another call. Yeah, he struggled earlier in the season, so we're going to put him. Yeah, that 29.838 ERA. He struggled, so we're going to put him in long relief as one of our players, and then we're also going to bring up a position player. And I'm just debating on what to do here. It's a little bit tough. But I think I want to bring up Tristan Gray. He's had a really good season at 28 years old, and he's already getting paid $800,000, so I'm going to give Tristan Gray a call up. And I want to see what he can do. 40 man. That gives us the 2 people call up. But we are going to do a little bit of adjusting here. We're going to move Tristan Gray. We're going to let him play second base against righties and give him some experience. And then we are going to also have Baroa there, so that gives us that. I'm going to take care of the minors and come back. Okay, so we are settled on what we're doing. So, like I said, I'm going to have Tristan Gray get a shot at second base against righties just to give him some experience. I mean, he hit pretty well down in the minors. He's 28 years old, so we're giving him a chance. Doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's the last month of the season. As far as pitching goes, like I said, I brought up Baroa. I'd like to get him a little bit more experience, but he's in that second long release spot where he won't get a ton of opportunities, but just enough to maybe whittle down that ERA just a bit to maybe give him some more experience. I mean, we're trying to get to how many wins here. What did we promise the season prediction? I think we obviously were hoping for 60 wins, but we'll see. We get a win there against Minnesota. We're going to lose 3-1. Lose 15-7. That's something we want to take a look at. How did we get crushed for 15 runs? We give up that disaster. So Shanley gave up 6 runs. Baroa gave up 5 runs in 2/3 inning. So he clearly is probably a 4A player. because we bring him up, and the first chance he gets, he gives up 4 walks, 2 hits, gives up 5 earned runs. Yeah, he easily could be a 4A player because he just doesn't have it. For some reason, he's got that velocity. He needs some kind of development, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get it playing like that. And so we're at 49 and 94 as we close out this series against the Tigers. And we have another injury. Base drop. So we'll do a quick fix of that. He's playing third base for us. And then excellent. Ball cut then. We'd like to see Caro develop a little bit more. It's a shame he's not doing better. Alright, and then we've got to move somebody up. And who's going to get the call up? Probably Leon. Go ahead and see this week. Oh, Bobby Dalback, 2 to 3 months. Okay, well, that's quite an injury. All right, we've got a lot of injuries to take with. I'll be back. So after that injury, we are readjusting the lineup. We're going to bat Jolks lead off, Fletcher second, Burleson third. We're going to play Tristan Gray at batting fourth. He's hitting 273 in his 22 at bats with 2 dingers, 5 RBIs. That's very nice to see. And we're going to go ahead and DH Ramos there. And that's what we're going to do moving forward. And we win that one 2-0. And we win that one 2-1. Okay, we're gonna change that back. We'll put Shanley back in the starting rotation. Nice to see us get 2 more wins in a row, taking that series. And now we're going to take on Cleveland. Lose that one 4-1. Lose that one 2-6. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get the numbers basically down of what I want to get. I want to see what the final numbers are for the Blade team as we get ready to end the season, because they will disappear the stats. So we're going to take a look one more time at the stats before the season ends, because calendar. So this is their last game. So I'm afraid they're going to clear the stats. So let's go ahead and take a look at people that did well and what we have to look forward to. So with 247 at-bats, Kyle Hightower hit 247. He's only 19 years old, so I like his movement. Not too bad. Jacob Amaya, he just came down from triples, so that's, 2 for 4. Small sample size. But he's already 26. There's not really much of a future for Jacob Amaya there. Sebastian Walcott is considered one of the best prospects in our team, surprisingly. So I think his future must be extremely bright. When you look at Sebastian Walcott, his potential is 87. So that's why people are seeing him as one of the best prospects. I've got him currently DHing. But, he's a 69 fielder, so maybe we shouldn't have him DHing. Probably the people that should be DHing instead. Yeah, let's go ahead. He's a normal shortstop, so let's go ahead and give him the shortstop role. Hightower's not a bad fielder. Burrows, like his potential, 65C. Hopefully he can make some stuff happen. He can play shortstop as well. But I've got him currently at first base. We're just low on first base types. There's Wilfred Veras. He had the big drop down to D potential, the worst WAR player. But it is surprising. He had 18 home runs and 439 at bats. So it's a shame. I don't know why his WAR is so bad. I guess it must be the strikeouts. I mean, he does strike out, it appears once every 4 times or so. So I don't know. I don't know what they don't like about him, but they definitely dinged him. This is, Poca Grego. He's a developmental player. I don't know if he's ever going to make it. Braden Garmy, I have high hopes for this one. Center fielder, B62, hit 221. Did have 7 dingers. Nick McLean, don't know how much of a chance he's got as a C57, already 22. Edgar Caro's been a disappointment. A lot of his bars are going up, which is good, but drop in power, drop in contact left, is only hitting 233. I mean, he has over 400 at bats, so we need to see him improve next year. He'll be 22 in the doubles, so we want to see him improve. And then let's look at the pitching rotation. Nick Schultz, you could argue he's ready for the big leagues next year, but we're going to move him up to triples next year and see what he can do with the triples. But his development has been great to see. He's 9-8, 2.98 ERA, just fantastic. He's ready to move up. Hagen Smith, would like to have seen more development from him. His development bars look good. His stats, aren't as good, but he's definitely one we're going to move up next year as well to the doubles. Juan Correa, he is a D65, so he might be tapped out already, but 2.61 ERA with a 1 whip is fantastic. Not sure if he'll get the call up as well. He is 23, so there's a chance we might call him up. But then you've also got Grant Taylor. I mean, you could argue he deserves a call more than anybody. He's 8-2 with a 2 ERA and a 1.12 whip. So, I mean, you could definitely argue that Schultz, Smith, and Taylor are all ready to be moved up next year. And if that's the case, when you look at our who we drafted, it's a good thing that we have young pitchers coming in to take their spots, because we are definitely going to be moving some pitchers up. Now, what does that mean for these pitchers here? Well, Kyle Busch, I think, is going to get the call up to the majors next year. After that, we'll see, because it's hard to argue against Sean Burks. He's 25. Barbosa, has he hit his cap at a D potential? He's pitching well, though. Beasley, how do you argue against his numbers? But he's 65, 28-year-old, so this time may be coming close. Paletti got the call up. He might be a little bit overhit, so we could certainly drop him down, or he could be long relief. Ariarte, at some point, he may get the call up to the majors for long relief, because he has been nothing short of spectacular down here. 3 ERA, 109 innings. I mean, he could be your long relief. He's only 23 years old. As far as our bullpen, we've got Mason Adams as a 56C 25-year-old, though. We got Luna. I don't know. I think he's probably tapped out. We've got Hoopy. It's 58, so overall. So our bullpen down the doubles doesn't look that good. But at least now I've got this on a recording. If I want to go back and see what their stats were, I've got it on there now. So we're going to go ahead now and sim that day. And now I'm curious, how the season's over. Do they clear the stats? When do they clear the stats? It's kind of what I want to know. I'm not clearing them yet. Let's see if we advance a day. And the big club 110-4. Well, it looks like they don't clear the stats quite yet. Interesting. Maybe they wait until the end of the AAA season. Let's go ahead and sim the days. Sprinkle is hurt. Make a quick fix there. Sprinkle was playing shortstop. Lipschitz can play shortstop though. Let's see. Lipschitz can play shortstop. How about this city? He's hot. So then we can send Camilletti. send him up. Triples. And then we'll bring back up to doubles. Okay. Sam, we lose 5-1, so we lose that series 53 and 100. And we're going to continue on with September 19th. Simulating that game, we lose that 8-9. Happy that we scored a lot of runs, but unfortunately gave up 9. And I'll take on the Padres again, and we lose that one, and we give up another 9-run game. And this one, for some reason, we win 1-0 after giving up 18 runs in the previous 2. We get a notice that we don't make it in the playoffs in the AAAs as we finish 66 and 84. And our AA team didn't make the postseason either, but did finish with 37 and 32. And it is at this time that they reset the stats. No, they're still there. Okay. Oh. Okay, interesting. We're going to continue on. 3-game set against the Yankees. We're able to split the first 2. Like the looks of that. And we actually take the Yankees series and have won 3 of our last 4. We're now at 56 and 103 as we approach the 26th. We lose that one 11-2. We were on September 27th, and it says go ahead and simulate that day as well. So we're going to simulate September 27th. We'll get an injury to Brian Ramos for 1 to 2 weeks, but that'll basically take us to the end of the season. I'm not even going to bring up anybody. There's only 1 game left, so we'll go to September 28th, and it says it's time for your GM to have their monthly assessment of their confidence in your ability to be the manager. Well, let's see what our confidence currently is. GM's approval's at -5, and then we have to put modifiers minus D10 for an overall losing record. I rolled and got a 10, so it's -15. So basically, it says 1 plus 10 in job security if we win the roll, -10 to lose the roll. Clearly, we lose the roll. So we are going to lose another 10 in job security. So our job security drops, or sorry, D10, let me roll that. And adjusting for that job security loss, we're down to a 57 job security rating. So that's starting to get a little bit more worrisome. So we basically dropped, 23 job security in that first year from an 80 down to a 57. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next day. Lineups. And they're going to make us put somebody on the 28-man roster. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate that we have to mess with that. Let's do someone that we wouldn't be upset if they got put on there. We don't take up a service here. Let's see. Is there anybody that we're not going to bring back? You know what? I actually have an idea. 40-man here. Let's bring up Gus Farland. We're not worried about losing his service time. He wasn't going to make the squad. All right, so we're on to September 29th. And we finish at 57 and 105 with a .352 winning percentage. Yikes. Well, we knew this first season was going to be rough. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and jot down the stats for the regular season.
And so concludes Season 1. 57 wins, actually more than I guessed we would get. A terrible season by most team standards, but for us, a slight improvement over what I thought we'd get, considering that we tore this team down, and hopefully in the offseason we can start to rebuild this White Sox franchise into something that appears to be a contender. Well, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.